Hello, I'm Gigi Burke. I am an emotional wellness expert, embodiment guide, and career coach, helping Black women make sensible, satisfying, and sustainable midlife career and life changes. And all this month, I am celebrating emotional wellness because, well, it's National Emotional Wellness Month. And so each weekday, I am jumping in here sharing tips, tools, techniques, sources of inspiration to help you optimize your emotional well-being. Because, well, let's face it, our ability to handle our emotions and deal with the ups and downs and curveballs that are thrown at us in our careers makes all the difference in having a happy, healthy career. So, all this week, I am talking about self-care. And today I am going to share an overlooked aspect of self-care. Often, when we think of self care, we think that the solution has to be something out there or something really, really complicated, and it doesn't. There are a lot of solutions to help you care for yourself, which is a function of being and having emotional. Oh, I'm going to keep going here. I'm so excited about this. I got a little tongue tied. But as you know, self care is a primary function of optimal emotional well being. So, yesterday I talked all about, if you're really burned out, go back and check out that video to learn more about that. Today, I'm going to talk about something that is really easily accessible to all of us. And it's going to seem like a duh when I share it, but you'd be amazed at how many of us don't do it, myself included. So as I speak to you about these things, I also speak to myself. But that is breathing, breath, taking a breath. While it may seem like really, you didn't just say that, because it's something that's natural to us. But just because it's natural doesn't mean that you're good at it. So here's the rub. Yes, this is something that's natural, and this is something that we do automatically. We have to survive. But a lot of us do not breathe well. And so what I mean by that is we do shallow breathing. So we just breathe right up here to our tops and we don't let it go any further. And so a lot of the challenges with our emotional well-being and just our well-being in general is connected to our ability to breathe correctly. So breathing correctly is abdominal breathing or deep breathing. It's the same thing. And here's a real cool fact about abdominal breathing. You may not actually be breathing all the way down into your stomach, but what you are doing is you're breathing deep enough so that your diaphragm, what you're doing when you are doing deep breathing is that you are lowering your diaphragm. So your diaphragm is that band of muscle that separates your thoracic cavity from your abdominal cavity. And just some quick anatomy 101, your thoracic cavity is where your heart and your lungs are, and your abdominal cavity is, well, where your abdominals are. But what you're doing with that diaphragm, that band of muscle that separates in between those two, is you are lowering that diaphragm. And when you do that, you're increasing the capacity of your lungs to take in more air. And that has numerous benefits beyond what I could share in this video, but I'm going to go over a few of them because, of course, it is great at relaxing us, particularly when we're stressed out or overwhelmed. It gives us a burst of energy when we need it. It also helps us to get calm and get clear. It is a great detoxifier. Instead of, taking some nasty smoothie, why don't you try some breathing if you need to get some of the gunk out? In addition to that, it also helps you move better and communicate better when you're breathing correctly. I mean, singers know this because their ability to carry a note beautifully is based on their ability to breathe. Also, movement, dancers, martial artists, anybody who uses their body, they know the importance of breathing. And if you want to have sustainability, which is one of the things I am all about in helping you to do the work that truly lights you up, your ability to breathe factors in your ability to sustain the work that you do, as well as getting a good night's sleep. Now, I know the past 18 months, all of us have struggled with sleeping. This is also a great remedy to get a good night's sleep is to learn to breathe correctly. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you two of my favorite ways to practice abdominal breathing. And it is going to feel funny, but practice, practice, practice like anything else. The more you practice with it, the better you'll get. So, the first one is what's called alternate nostril breathing. And here's how you do it. Now, there are two ways you can do it. I'm going to show you the two ways, but I'm going to tell you the one that I prefer. Now, what you do is our nostrils here, and you want to focus on your nostrils with this one. You want to keep your mouth closed, and you really want to focus on your nostrils. So, there are two ways you can do this. The first one is you can take the knuckle and stick it in your nose. And what you do is you close up this nostril, and so I'm breathing through my right nostril, and then I'm breathing through my left nostril, then breathing out. And then what you do is now, that's one way you can do it. This may work for you. You can try that. Here's the way I really prefer to do it is taking your thumb and gently, because you're not trying to give yourself a nose job here, but very gently just press on your nostril and then breathe in. And then close that one. Breathe out. Do the same thing. Breathe in. And as you're breathing in, you can feel the breath going all the way down, and it may go into your abdominal and it may not, but where you're really going to feel it, you'll notice the difference. Breathe out. So you'll notice the difference as you're doing that. But I want to try that for just a few more breaths because I really love this one. And then close. And notice how your body, notice what's happening as you're doing this. So that is alternate nostril breathing. And anytime you are feeling stuck, you're stressed, you're feeling down, whatever is coming up for you that's getting in the way of you doing the work that lights you up or making the changes so that you can do the work that lights you up, that's one way to get better at abdominal breathing. The second one that I want to show you is another really cool one, and it's called 4-4-4 breathing. So essentially what you're going to do is inhale for 4 counts, you're going to hold for 4 counts, and then you're going to exhale for 4 counts. So here's how it looks. You're going to breathe in for 4, and remember, through your nose, keep your mouth closed. You're going to hold for 4, and then you're going to exhale for 4. So, breathe in for 4, hold for 4, and then exhale for 4. And try and resist the urge to breathe through your mouth. You really want to keep this through your nose. And it's tempting to, but I'm going to really invite you to keep your mouth closed. Keep your mouth closed. And if it helps, move your tongue up to the tip of your mouth. Instead of keeping your tongue kind of hanging in the bottom part of your mouth, move your tongue up. Hold your tongue up top and see how that helps if you're struggling to keep your mouth closed. And remember, you don't want to do like this and squeeze, but just gently relax into it. So one more slight variation on this is 4, 7, 8. And the only difference is you're just changing the counts. So I'm going to demonstrate for you. In for 4, hold for 7, and then exhale for a count of 8. And I would try this one if you really need some extra winding down, because the longer you can hold your breath and then take your time exhaling it, what you're doing is you're activating your parasympathetic system. So that is the part of our nervous system that is responsible for us being more calm, more focused, more relaxed. And so too often what happens is when we are kind of stressed or overwhelmed or any number of those things, our synaptic nervous system is flooded. It's also what they call synaptic overwhelm, but it gets flooded. And what you want to do is you want to balance that out and go into your parasympathetic system, which is what's going to allow you to relax and release and rejuvenate. So those were 3 different ways to learn how to breathe better, to care for yourself, and have optimal emotional well-being. And pop in the comments below. I'm curious because those are 3 of my favorite ways to do it. But when it comes to something as simple as it sounds, you'd be amazed at the different ways that you can learn to deep breathe or abdominal breathe. So I'd love to know some different ways that you've learned to do this. Feel free to share that in the comments below. And also, if you enjoyed this video, like on it, comment, and share it with other people who will also find this helpful. And if you'd like some more support with this, as you're making your career changes, trying to figure out what your next step is, no matter where you are, feel free, schedule a clarity consult with me. Let's see where you're at and help you take the next best step. And you're not obligated to purchase anything or do anything with me. This is just your opportunity to get some support, get some clarification on what's going to be best for you right now. So the link will also be in the comments section for you to schedule that. And until next time, I really enjoyed doing this one. But until next time, take care and remember, just breathe. Bye-bye.